Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking tarot and the Seven of Cups. I'm going to give you some interpretations of this card, what this card means, and also give you some tips on how you can interpret this card. Before we do though, I am Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path and the Confident Tarot Reader course. If you want to become a confident tarot reader and you're looking for a course that will help you learn to read tarot confidently using your intuition, being able to read the cards together in a spread so that they make sense, take a look at my course, The Confident Tarot Reader. There's a link in the description field below this video. You can also access it via my website, which is called MysteryWitchSchool.com, and go to my courses tab. If you want a tarot coaching consultation with me, there's also links in the description field below this video and on my website so that you can have a tarot reading with me that will actually help you maybe solve a problem or give you more clarity about a situation that you're in. I like to coach people with tarot rather than just give you like a reading in the old-fashioned sense of a reading, because I believe that you are the creator of your destiny and that the cards are just there to give you guidance and to let you know where things are at the moment. You have the ability to be able to change that if you don't like what they're telling you. So that's why I do coaching and not reading. So let's move on now to the beautiful card here. This is the Waite-Smith deck. And when you first look at this card, you may be drawn to something in particular. Now, everyone who's watching this video may be drawn to something different. So take note of what you're drawn to when I held this card up. What's the first thing that you take notice of? Because that's your go-to symbol. I've spoken about this before in other tarot videos. This is your go-to. When you first see a card in a reading, you go to whatever your eye is drawn to first. So when I look at this card, today I was drawn to this shadowy character here. They're a shadow of a person, okay? So it's almost like they're not fully formed in their own mind yet. They're a shadowy aspect of themselves. And I don't mean shadowy as in dark and sinister and evil. I mean shadowy as in they can't see it. They're under an illusion of some sort. They're not seeing clearly. That's what I see when I first looked at this card. You might see something else. You might be drawn to one of the cups. You might be drawn to the figures in one of the cups. You might be drawn to the blue in the background. So ask yourself, what does that mean? What does the blue mean to me right now? What do I feel when I see the blue background, if that's what you saw first? Or whatever the object is that you saw first, what does that mean to you? Because that's going to help guide you as to what this card's going to mean in this particular reading. As you know, when you get your first deck of tarot cards, you get a book and the book's got all the meanings in it. And you go through, and when you're first learning tarot, you put a card out and then you go and you scramble through the book looking for the meaning. And then there's about 20 different meanings to the same card and you're going, what the? And then even if you learn all of the meanings off by heart, you'll scramble through them in your brain. And you'll still feel what the? Because what's happening when you're trying to memorize meanings or you're looking up meanings is you're using your conscious mind. You're using that 5% of your awareness to try and read cards that speak to the subconscious mind, which is 95% of your awareness. So you want to learn how to access your subconscious mind and work with your subconscious mind when you're working with your tarot cards. That's what I mean by go with what you're drawn to first, because your subconscious mind's going to go right for it. Your conscious mind's probably going to edit that out because it's going to go, oh, it is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups means this, 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 and this. Oh, I wonder what it means in this reading. And then it's a blank, like, you know, deer in the headlights. I have no idea what this card means. Your subconscious mind does know. So the first thing that stands out to you. The next thing you can do is to put yourself in the picture. So you could be this shadowy character here, looking at all of the options that seem to be before you. And what happens when you see all of these objects in front of you? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Are you overwhelmed? Are you overjoyed? Are you confused? Do you know what's real and what isn't real? Are you worried that maybe some of this is just flights of fancy? What would you feel if you were this figure in the card? Or if you just stepped into this card and you saw this going on? Another way that you can get into this is to go into the card again, and if there is it doesn't actually have to even be a figure, you can talk to a cup when it comes to the subconscious mind. Maybe have a chat to this figure here and observe them and ask them, you know, what do you think's going on here? What are you feeling? What's happening? And see what they come back and say to you. That's another way to get into the flow of reading this particular card. So at the beginning I said that the first thing that I was drawn to today with this card was actually the shadowy character, and I'm often not drawn to the shadowy character. I'm often drawn to something else that's going on in the card when I see it. Often it's the clouds for me. Sometimes it's the spirit, sort of ghosty thing in one of the cups, which is supposed to represent spirit. Sometimes it's something else. It might be the dragon, for example. But in this case, it's the shadowy person, I should say. And I said that to me, it was like this person is not connecting to themselves. They've lost themselves. They're a shadow of themselves because they're looking outwardly at all of these flights of fancy before them, thinking that they're options when they're actually not, because this person isn't centered within themselves. So I would say today, the message of this card, and this isn't always the message of this card, is instead of looking out at what you think you want and what you think you need, bring it back into the self and feel back into yourself for what you truly feel you want, what you truly feel you want. Place your hand on your heart chakra, maybe 2 or 3 fingers on the heart chakra. Feel the heart chakra coming up to meet your fingers, opening the heart, and feel into what it is that you want. If this card is making you think of maybe a decision or choices that you've got and you need more clarity, then do the same thing here with your third eye. Put your fingers, a couple of fingers on your third eye. Feel that it's reaching out to your fingers to open it up. And then tune into what you might see or sense is the way to go for you. Because in this card, in this instance, what I'm feeling is that they're not in touch with themselves. That's why they're a shadow of themselves. They're not looking to self or higher self for guidance. They're looking out there in the world, and these are all illusions. They're not real. They're not there. They're not really there. They're illusory. They're not going to bring the fulfillment and the happiness that this person is actually wanting, because this person hasn't lit themselves up. They haven't found out a way to light up within themselves. So that's the interpretation that I'm getting from A, the first thing I noticed. B, if I'm in the card looking at this person, looking at all of this stuff, I'm thinking, you know, you're dreaming. You're dreaming, mate. You're dreaming. That's what I feel when I see this person there and all of this. It's like, you're dreaming. You're dreaming. And when I step into this character and I'm seeing this, I'm feeling like I'm looking without and I've lost my sense of connection within. Okay? So 3 tips on how to read the card, plus an interpretation for you today, or a message for you today, perhaps if you're watching this video for an interpretation or an inspired message for the day. If you do want to learn to confidently read the tarot, take a look at the Confident Tarot Reader course. The link is in the description field below this video and also on my website mysterywitchschool.com under the courses tab. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.